All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wednesday night street fights here at Volusia with your DWR crew here this evening, ready for some fast ass racing here at the Volusia Speedway. And we're gonna get things going here. I was called in by a friend of mine to come in here and commentate a little bit of DWR racing here, and I'm gonna try to do the best I can on such short notice here today. Well, we got a lot of fast guys out here in this DWR league. I'm fortunate enough to get to race with some of these guys, and I tell you what, they uh, they really put on a show here in the DWR league. So we're going to go ahead and get them lined up. DWR does a pill draw system here, and I got the lineups here right in front of me. I'm going to go ahead and try to get this sorted out the best I can. So it looks like we're going to have the 84 car of EJ Jones on the pole, the number 2 car of the big man himself, Mr. Jim Revis on the outside pole, the 00 of Michael Whitlock, the 12 of Eric Eichstedt on the outside of row 2, number 23, Mr. Lon Franks on the inside. Outside of him, the 11 of Trey Jones, the 01 of Daniel Price on the inside in row 4, and the 99 of Eric Burgess on the outside of row 4. 86 and Derek Fudheimer, I think that's how you say it. The 86 inside row 5th row, 117 will be, looks like that's going to be Derek Dubry on the outside of row 6. Row 7, we have the 36 of John Monkern, excuse me, and the 07 of Justin Pruitt on the outside. Next row, we got number 4, Jeremy Capron, and on the outside of him is the 94 of Tim Blundell. And rounding out the field is the 000 of Randy Reed. All right, we're going to get this thing going pretty soon. Let's see. This is going to be a 60-lap race here at Volusia Speedway. We're going to give them a couple of laps to get in position from the pill draw, and we'll be going green here pretty soon. You got EJ Jones, a really good street stock driver. This man has won quite a few races here in the DWR league. He always seems to be a front runner, puts on a good show. Definitely going to be a good show with I call him Papa Jim Revis on the outside. These guys, they put in the hours. They know how to drive. This is by far probably the best league you can get into for street stock. Everybody's good drivers. They really know how to drive. They take care of each other. Everybody's got an understanding of how things work in this league. So I know this is going to be a good race for you guys this evening. All right, right now they're going to go ahead and get into position to start the race. DWR League here at Volusia Speedway on this wonderful Wednesday evening. Glad that you can make it out if you're watching here on Hammer Down TV on YouTube. These guys will not disappoint, and they will put on a good show for you. All right, we got a couple more laps here before we go green. Looks like the cars are going to be in order here. I think we're going to go one more time around. All right, looks like we're going to be going green next time around. All right, EJ Jones going ahead, get the jump on the start there, coming out of 4. EJ Jones with the commanding lead off the start, got a good jump. Looks like EJ Jones is going to take a nice little stretch. Jim Rivas behind him with Michael Whitlock. Eric Eichstead going on the inside, going into turn 3. Lon Franks right behind him. We're going to have some good action here at Volusia. I can just feel it. Eric Jones in the meantime with a nice commanding lead, just going to go ahead and drive that car perfectly through the corners, down the straightaway. Jim Rivas probably about 6 or 7 car lengths behind in second. Eric Eichstead trying to make a little move to get up by Rivas. EJ Jones on the pole. That's one man you do not want to get out front. He is a rocket. Looks like we just have some steady racing going on right now. Nothing too exciting. Looks like Eric's going to try to dive inside. Can't get the momentum coming off the corner. He is closing the gap on Jim, though. Looks like he's going to try to take it on the inside. Going into 3 and 4. And he's door to door with Rivas. Got a little loose. Revis. Sorry, Jim. Revis. Eichstead going on the inside. Good battle for the second place spot here. Lon Franks just hanging out, waiting for something to happen for him to get that nose in there and make a move. Revis holding a solid line. Going into 2. EJ Jones, meanwhile, checking out on the rest of the pack. Eichstead trying to get down low on Rivas. See if he can get a little bite coming out of 2. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Revis to maintain the second position going into 3 with Eichstead following closely behind him on lap 12 of this race at Volusia Speedway here with the DWR crew. Wednesday night street fights. They really know how to get down here. These guys kind of spread out a little bit. Nothing too exciting going on at the moment here. Just some good, clean racing here in the DWR Street Stock League. EJ Jones, your leader now. Really just holding the line, running a smooth line. It's definitely going to take a yellow flag of some sorts to be able to catch this man. I believe he's a rocket on wheels. All these guys are really good. They know how to drive. They're getting it done here tonight at Volusia. Come on, Franks, get down there under Eichstätt and maybe take away that third spot. We'll see. All these guys up front, they run pretty well, so it'll be hard to make some kind of move. Somebody's going to have to make some kind of slight adjustment in order to get some door-to-door racing, because these guys are so smooth on this track. It's going to be hard to pass. Looks like Lon Franks is going to get a little run on Eric coming out of 2, but it doesn't look like much is happening right now. They're running steady lines. Track hasn't really slicked off or anything yet, so they have a nice little groove all the way around the track, and these drivers are so skilled that it's hard for these guys to make a mistake. It looks like Trey Jones is on the outside of Jeremy in the number 4 car. Looks like that might be nice little side-by-side racing if we can get that going. It's looking like Trey Jones is getting off the corner. Meanwhile, Lon Franks is trying to get a run on Eric. Once again, it seems, every lap is so consistent with each one of these drivers. It's tough to make a move. Jeremy Capone on the inside of Trey Jones. Not able to get around. These second, third, and fourth place cars are really close to anything can happen right here. They're bumper to bumper here coming out of 2. Meanwhile, EJ Jones, like I said before, such a smooth driver when it comes to iRacing and these street stocks. It's going to be tough to pass that man without a yellow flag. Eric looks like he's got a little bit of run going into the turn. Not enough to come off. It looks like he's right on Jim's bumper coming out of turn 4. Got 28 laps down at Volusia Speedway here at the DWR Race League Wednesday night street fights. Looks like Eisted's going to go down, try to get around Rivas. Can't get any momentum coming off of the corner. Rivas holding a steady line there coming off of 4. Doesn't look like much is happening in this race at the moment. Trey Jones, meanwhile, getting contested a little bit by Jeremy, but just like Rivas, he is able to get some momentum coming out of the corner. EJ Jones, still your leader. We got a lap car in the 99 taking the high road. That's smart driving from the 99 to get out of the way of these lead lap cars. Meanwhile, Lon Franks is going to try to get his fender on the inside of the number 12 going into 3. It might be a side-by-side racing. Will he have enough to get off the corner? No, he will not. Eric maintains the lead going into lap 32. EJ Jones out with the lead, followed by the number 2 of Jim Revis, the 12 of Eric Eichstein, the 23 of Lon Franks, and the 86 of Derek Funhiker. That's an interesting name. I'm gonna have to ask him after this how to pronounce his last name, because that is a fun name. Just like my last name's Gazzardo. People mess it up all the time. Meanwhile, Lon Franks on the inside of the number 12 car going into turn 3. Looks like he's going to do a little slide job on Eric coming out of the turn. Lon Franks side by side door racing with the 12 car of Eric Eichstein coming out of 2. It looks like they are side by side still. Lon Franks going to take it on the inside. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to get the momentum. Track's starting to slick off a little bit. There is a groove right up there at the top of the track that you want that right rear wheel to be in going through these turns to get some momentum coming off the corner. And that looks like what the number 12, like I said, just did. Let's see if Lon Franks can make a move here in this race. We got about 22, 23 laps to go here at Volusia. Can he make anything happen for that 3rd position? EJ Jones, Jim Revis, your top 2 here at Volusia. Can Eric make a run on Jim? Looks like he is gaining some ground on Jim towards the end of the race. The track changes, the cars change. This can be a great race right here for your top 3 or 4 right here. EJ's kind of checked out, but these 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place vehicles of Revis, Eichstein, and Franks might be able to put on a little show here. It's been kind of relaxing seeing this show because they're just driving so well that there's really not a lot of action going on. It looks like Jeremy got around Trey Jones back there for, I believe that is the 6th position. Jim Revis holding that steady line. It's gonna take a bobble from Mr. Revis, I think, in order for Eric or Lon to have a chance to make this a show here. We have not had one. Oh, it looks like As soon as I speak, Lon Franks gets into the back of the number 12 car. Looks like they were managed to hold on. There has not been one yellow flag in this 60-lap race here at Volusia Speedway with your DWR Wednesday night street fights. EJ Jones with a commanding lead here with 46 laps down. Jim Rivas in second in that nice black and is that the Joker car? It is indeed. Shout out to EIG Graphics. Evil One Graphics, excuse me. Eric trying to make a move, trying to get close. Lon's back there as well, about half a car length behind going into the turn. Lon's going to try to come on the bottom. Can't get any momentum coming out of 4. Rev is still hanging on to that second spot. Eric looks like he's going to take the low line to see if he can get around. Was unsuccessful with the momentum change. Meanwhile, EJ Jones running that high side. Doesn't look like anybody is going to touch him this evening. Look like the 86 coming under Lon Franks. Give him a show. Eric, something happened with Eric there. I was looking at Lon and wasn't sure. Oh, looks like Eric's getting into. Oh, they just pinched off Jeremy going in a 2. They were able to straighten that up. Eric on the high side. Derek in that 86 gonna try to get right in front of Eric. Looks like he does to take that fourth position, excuse me. Number 4, looks like a 3 wide coming out of 2. Eichstedt in the middle. Number 4, Jeremy Capron on the bottom. 86 of Derek Fuddenifer, excuse me, on the outside coming out of 4. Looks like Lon Franks is running down Jim Rivas as well. Looks like we have some action going on here on lap 52 at Volusia Speedway. Lon Franks gonna try to put some pressure on the number 2 car of Jim Rivas going into turn 1 and 2. Number 12 car is going to take it down low going to 3 to see if he got a push. Jeremy Capron got into Eric coming out of 3. Looks like they were able to straighten it out. The 86 car was able to stretch his lead out a little bit in that 4th position. Lon Franks giving Jim everything he can handle here coming out of 4. Looks like Lon's going to try to get a run on the inside. We have 10 laps left here in this race. It looks like Rivas is going to be able to hold on right now. Oh, he pushed going into 3. Lon Franks going on the inside, coming out of turn 4, door to door here with 8 laps left to go. Lon Franks on the inside of Jim Rivas. And the 2, looks like they get together there coming out of 2. Lon was able to get around the 2 car going into turn 3. Rivas, meanwhile, trying to get that door-to-door racing coming out of 4. They're side by side, passing the flag stand. Looks like Rivas has an inside run on Lon. They're door to door on the backstretch. Revis is going to push up to the top. Looks like he's able to get in front of Lon. Lon rubbing that wall. Passing the flag stand. We got some good racing here between these two guys. We got coming up on 5 laps left in this Wednesday night street fight race here at Volusia Speedway with the DWR crew. Lon Franks looking like he's able to get on the inside to get around Jim Revis. But don't count Jim out. Jim is on the outside. Gonna try to make a push towards the end here. Looks like Lon's getting some momentum coming off the corner, and he's going to go ahead and take the lead. But Revis going on the inside of Lon coming out of 4. This is a great battle for second place. We have lap traffic coming up. Maybe that will be a deal breaker for this tight race here we got for second place. Meanwhile, EJ Jones is just bobbing and weaving through lap traffic, probably driving with one hand. Lon Franks able to stretch the lead out a little bit on Jim Revis in that 2 car. Lon Franks able to stretch that lead out just a little, or excuse me, that second place out just a little bit further, maybe a 5 or 6 car length gap right now. EJ Jones just bringing it to the house. Cannot let that man start up front. If so, good luck trying to catch him. It looks like Lon has put a little distance in between him and Jim now, coming out of 4. EJ Jones on lap 65. This is going to be the final lap. EJ Jones, your winner this evening at Volusia Speedway. Once again, the 84 is a rolling. Second place is going to be the 23 of Lon Franks, followed third place by the number 2 of Jim Revis. Fourth place, the 86 of Derek Floodhiker. Sorry, Eric. I'm going to have to get that name fixed. I'm going to have to talk to you about that. But that's a good race, ladies and gentlemen. And I believe your 5th place was Eric. I said in the 12. All right. That was a good race. Not a lot of action here on this race, but the reason why is because these guys really know how to drive. They're very respectful. I couldn't say more about this group at DWR. Just a good group of guys, and we're going to do some interviews here pretty soon. This ought to be fun. We're going to pull the top 3 in here and have a little conversation with them, see how they did. Mr. Jim Revis, the number 2 car, finishing in 3rd place. Mr. Jim, how you doing this evening?
How you doing, Jared?
I'm doing pretty good, filling in for Brett. This
pretty well turned into a one line racetrack. Didn't have nothing down low, and other than that, like I said, it was good racing. I had a blast.
It was definitely a good race for sure. Is there anybody you want to thank on that number two machine of yours?
I got to thank Evil One Graphics for the graphics, DWR, and Eric and Jason helped keeping this thing going, and then all the DWR guys, man. Without them, this wouldn't be possible at all. And Hammer Down Racing for broadcasting, or Hammer Down TV, and you for filling in on the spot, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, this is something I've never done before, but I kind of enjoy it. Probably need a little work, but it's a pleasure watching a good group of drivers race. It makes it much more enjoyable for the fans and for me commentating. It's just a good group of guys, and I appreciate you guys at DWR and great race tonight, Jim.
Yeah, great race. Congratulations to EJ on the win, man.
All right, move you back up. All right, we got your second place winner, the man with the plan, Mr. Lon Franks. Lon, you were able to get by old Mr. I call him Papa Jim here towards the end of the race. He made a little bobble there coming out of 2 or 3. You were able to get under him. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I could tell his car was starting to fall off a little bit, and mine seemed to start coming to me. So I was just waiting, and then it's you lose so much speed trying to pass clean, and me and him were just kind of stuck to each other for a couple laps. But it's
Yeah,
all
that's
fun.
what I was that's what I was saying during the broadcast. I was like, man, these guys they race in such, they're so consistent with their lines. I was getting bored there for a minute because you guys were just bumper to bumper, but y'all are all racing well. It was nothing really exciting was happening towards the end. You were able to get around um Jim and get that second place win. Do you have anybody you want to give a shout out to for that 23 machine?
All these guys, best group of guys to race with, for sure. My girlfriend for letting me race, and you guys for putting it on.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Lon. That was a good race. I mean, you're always up front every week. You got it going on right there, man. Congratulations on your second place win.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, we're gonna bring in the winner of tonight, Mr. EJ Jones, the man with the plan, always in the front. Were you driving with one hand? I have to know. I really do. I have to know.
Absolutely not. No, I was way too focused to drive with one hand.
Oh, I could definitely tell you were focused, EJ. Man, you checked out on him. Honestly, you made it boring for me to commentate because you just walked off and left him, and that's typical EJ Jones fashion in that '84 street stock. You really know how to drive these tracks. You're a really good driver. How did it feel out there tonight?
We made just a slight spring change in the front of the car there at the end of the practice session, and it felt like it had a little more grip in it. So I went with it off of the Volusia setup that I ran earlier this year when we finished third coming from the back. So, but I hardly ever get the start up front. I don't think I've ever drawn the one pill here at all.
I don't think you have actually, which is a good thing because usually you need to work from the back because you're so darn fast here. But you see what happens whenever EJ Jones gets a pole position, and I tell you what, it's yeah, it's we got to do these pill draws every week here at DWR because you got to give these other guys a chance. You put EJ Jones out front, people like Lon Franks, Jason Salter, these guys really know how to run. So congratulations on your win tonight, EJ. Do you have anybody you want to thank in that 81 machine?
Got to thank. Crap. Hold on. I need to thank Charles Cosper of Cedar Cove Speed, my friend Pete Delavan, also like I said, Motorsports for the new and improved Michelob wrap that you can actually looks like you can actually see the Michelob can on the side of it now. The guys here at the DWR League, I mean, we just ran 60 laps without a caution on a used up Volusia track. I mean, how awesome is that?
I'm telling you, the best of the best here on iRacing for sure. I'm proud to be a part of it. I was able to fill in and get a little broadcasting for you guys, and I really enjoyed it. But congratulations, EJ, and best of luck to you next week.
Thank you, sir. I don't know where we're at next week, but if I had to guess, they're probably going to tell me I have to start last. But I don't have a problem doing it. If they want to give me the EOL, we'll go back there.
That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. That's EJ Jones, your winner tonight here at Volusia Speedway.
Thank you.
No problem. All right, that's going to do it here today at the DWR Wednesday night street fights. Thank you, everybody that watched. I took this late notice. I hope it was all right to your liking. I know I had a few bumps and bruises on the commentating, but I did the best I could. Y'all be sure to go give Hammer Down TV a like on Facebook. Make sure you check out their YouTube videos. Mr. Robert does a great job hosting these guys around the leagues. So other than that, this is Jay Gus signing off. Thank y'all, and y'all have a good night.